When employees are in roles that don't align with their natural strengths, they're put in a position to have to stretch themselves in a little bit of a different way. And it's important that in those times we can cater our coaching, our training, and reach them at the level they're at to get them ready for the role that they're in, rather than expecting them to be the right perfect cut for that role as it's written.
I think organizations can understand what motivates and drives their employees by conducting various assessments, by having regular routine supervision meetings or conversations with their staff to understand what motivates them, but also to learn more about their strengths and skills.
There's kind of three categories. There's, areas of natural strength and people that don't have natural strength, and that creates four quadrants. If they have the actual strength and the passion or the interest for the role, they'll typically excel for it with a bit of training. But if they don't, say they're naturally not good at it, then it becomes like work. They feel like it's labor, it's intense, it's draining, it's not, doesn't give them energy, and it drains them most of the time. And they never seem to achieve the levels of success that somebody who has natural talents can achieve.
I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. I think naturally when someone gravitates to something, their strength, it makes sense that their role should fit that. And sometimes you don't know until you're in a role how much it does really fit your natural strengths. So
what happens is they don't have a passion for the job, they don't hold compassion for the people that do the job, and they do the job. You may deal with some issues where there's not alignment with their talents. So their talents are not being seen, they're not able to use what they're good at, and then they might just be confused about what their roles are and how they can bring value and effort to the team.
Awesome. How do you think that affects their performance?
It might not give them a lot of morale. They might feel incompetent, not comfortable. They might feel like they lack the strengths that maybe they actually have, but they're just not aligned to the roles that they're comfortable with or that fits best with what they do well.
The number one thing is you can tell that they are in those roles. Kind of can get them to burn out a lot faster because they're not happy with that role as a result of it not being to their strength. So I think it's just something to consider for people, and we give people that advice all the time. Go be happy, go do what you really want to do, and the money will come as a result of you doing what you want to do.
In my experience, I find that they're very resistant to the change. They struggle with being open to learning new experiences. So what we try to encourage our trainers to do is to meet them where their strengths are and then bridge that gap so that they understand where their strengths can then strengthen where they don't think they have the strength.